Let's analyze the very interesting situation in the crypto ecosystem. Right now, you're looking at the Bitcoin chart in its daily time frame, and you can see how after the strong impulse to the upside, we've been working on a corrective pattern. A corrective pattern that has a clear boundary at this level I'm indicating. And one thing to note is that we have experienced, undoubtedly, an unexpected and impactful event. This, in trading terminology, has been coined as a black swan. While it's true that the term black swan has a widespread conception that is focused on a rather negative, bearish event, it's also recognized for events that are unexpected but in the opposite direction, to the upside, and it's for that reason that we can say that not too long ago, we experienced a completely unexpected event in the financial markets, specifically in the crypto market. Because what we were expecting after this strong bearish impulse was for this correction to reach a key structural level. In this case, we were talking about the origin of the breakout, a very suitable zone to look for the replica of the bearish impulse before being able to look upwards. But as you're now observing on the screen, here we have a completely unexpected and very aggressive event. So, with this context in mind, we adapt to the market's circumstances, and here we will observe how this strong bullish impulse has already worked the second impulse that has exceeded, of course, and now the price would be looking for the price of the larger bullish impulse. And for that to occur, it will first be essential to break through the levels we are now toying with. Now let's move on to see the Ethereum chart in its daily time frame. You will recognize this macro bullish channel on its chart. And remember, as we were saying, probably in a smaller time frame, how despite the price contacting the same trend line, we strongly believed that from this point, the price would move past the macro structure and go upwards. Well, why did we think that the price was going to attempt to break the structure? Well, in the end, we already had our eye on this black swan, on this unexpected event that is taking cryptocurrencies to really aggressive and bullish levels. That's why here we are going to focus on its creek, on that key level where smart money is going to put its boundary regarding its accumulation process. And if we still haven't gotten rid of the structure of the bullish channel, it's because the market hasn't yet said its last word. And to assess with greater judgment, as I will explain to you shortly, we are going to wait for a specific event in this zone. Well, as I was saying, here smart money has started to accumulate long positions. It has broken its creek. It has come to validate it. And now it is in that stretch, at least to look for the institutional target of its entire accumulation process. This is at least an idea. And with the asterisks that we have already seen in Bitcoin, we also have it in Ethereum. We are at a structural market extreme. We had already said that this extreme was going to be exceeded to the upside. And just to remember and provide some context, look at how Bitcoin is also at that extreme. An extreme that you shouldn't marry with, but we should consider, and now I'll explain why. Now look at Cardano's daily chart, and let's zoom in on what is happening right now. Remember how we were working on this macro bearish wedge, which was going to offer us a strong bullish impulse at some point, which frankly surprised us with its size. And now that we have this strong bullish impulse, we realize how its price has been working on a bearish channel as a corrective pattern, and how very recently the price first came to break it and then confirm it, and now it seems to continue in the immediate short term its bullish path. And Polkadot had been doing something very, very similar. Remember, we were working on this bearish wedge, which we expected to have a aggressive breakout to the upside, and the same as I'm going to tell you with Cardano, we were frankly surprised by the size of the bullish impulse itself. And now, seeing that Cardano has been working on a corrective pattern that has been encapsulated in a bearish channel, we identify exactly the same in Polkadot. Properly working on the price structure allows us to identify these hotspots, these points of great interest on which we will be able to rely on. In the case of Polkadot, we are not yet seeing any kind of breakout, however. I can tell you that in a scenario where Polkadot comes and decides to break through these structures, we will certainly enjoy a bullish continuation of the movement. Here, frankly, where I want to pay great attention is to this defense zone. Look, this has happened in the entire crypto market. They have been working on an area that they have deemed relevant. They have made the classic trap that we like so much, and we look for in crypto insight to then come and confirm it and make the move they are now looking for. Well, if we analyze this in an isolated perspective, of course it is striking that the market dominance in Polkadot and in the entire crypto ecosystem is bullish. Basically, as I explained to you before, when a black swan event occurs, an unexpected and aggressive event, we can see consequences like these. And now look, you are seeing Solana's chart in its daily time frame. Here more of the same, we were working on a macro bearish wedge, which was also broken. And as you already know very well, the very aggressive strength that Solana has enjoyed in its price has been really overwhelming, very aggressive. Note that even in Crypto Insight, where we were already expecting aggressive rises in crypto before breaking the wedges, even our case was surprised by such macro continuity. So imagine for investors who simply did not expect such a rise. That's why we talk about an unexpected effect. The normal, the usual, would have been in Bitcoin to reinforce the concepts a bit, that after this bearish impulse, this correction would go to look for some relevant structure to look for its replica, and then continue, of course. But the fact that we have not had such a movement and that we see printed so much upward strength, we are facing an unexpected event, a black swan. Remember? You will find many authors who validate the terminology of black swan also in reverse, when the price rises unexpectedly. And going back to Solana, which catches my attention, after of course the strong market impulse. On one hand, as we will also see in other cryptos, we are facing a relevant structural zone. But notice, the momentum is such that you can no longer trust it, so to speak. We cannot give or assign so much weight to certain structures. However, there it is, that no one invents it. We all see it. Simply put, we must not forget the momentum. The aggressiveness, the unexpected fact that we are experiencing dramatically in the crypto ecosystem. That said, and zooming in a bit, as I had mentioned in another cryptocurrency, notice how the smart money has defined a defense zone for us in which they recently set up a market trap to come and confirm. And now what they have done has been to break a very relevant trend line, which if broken as it has done, would invite us to go long in the market. And what has the market recently done? It has come to validate the structure, the origin of the breakout, and react to the upside. That's why if in previous videos, in the last two approximately, I have been telling you that we have a directional bias of longs. Now I'm going to tell you if this is still our bias or not. But first, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. Now, take a close look at the BNB chart. Remember that its chart is one we have always viewed favorably, as its price structure has always been very clear, and the decline in its price, although aggressive, has managed to hold up throughout the bearish market we have experienced. And now, where do I focus on this chart? Well, you know full well that we have been working on this bearish channel of BNB. And now, take note of recent developments. Look at this bullish breakout of a structure that is frankly very, very relevant. This event is very significant. To put it simply, all these people who have been selling BNB during the entire FOMO of 2021 have been protecting that position, promoting a bearish market. And just 3 days ago, they broke through the structure, sending a message to the bears. Basically, the bulls are saying, we want to take over the market. And having a precedent of a black swan event, well, it's something to think about. Remember, we are doing a long-term analysis on a daily chart. What does that mean? It means that for you to see an evolution in the price, it's going to take weeks and months. During that time, the price immediately, I'm making this up, could go down. Next week it could go up, the following weeks it could be going down, and from the next month, for example, it could make a strong move. When we do technical analysis on a daily chart with a long-term perspective, the movements, don't expect them as soon as the video is published, because as unbelievable as it may sound to hear this, there are people who mistakenly understand financial markets this way. They are not aware of the time frames. But that's what this Crypto Insight is for, to help everyone. Now look at the BNB chart, because frankly, what the Bitget token has done is out of this world. Just realize, since the moment of the structural breakout, the price, how it has appreciated, nearly 100. A real madness, undoubtedly. It's an asset that should be monitored, as remember, it would be very unwise now to suggest, hey, let's buy up here after seeing the big rise. It's zero prudent, as your stop loss, your level of loss acceptance, would have to be set excessively low to be protected. Assuming then a risk that, frankly, from Crypto Insight, we cannot recommend. Therefore, as tempting as you may be seeing this very bullish price, I wouldn't be buying it today like crazy. What can we do? I invite you to do it together. What we can do is monitor its price to see what the future areas of interest will be to seek a long entry. And this, honestly, will involve a much lower risk. But yes, Without a doubt, we have to put BGV on the radar. One thing is clear, and back to the Bitcoin chart. Cryptocurrencies since November 22 have done nothing but rise and have recently gained great acceleration and bullish traction, considering they have taken down key reaction zones, causing that reverse black swan. We need to call for continued waiting for what seemed unexpected. In this case, in Ethereum, for example, as we mentioned in previous videos, here we had to wait for the breakthrough of the structure, something frankly unexpected. But looking at it from the black swan perspective, what we had to bet on. And this invites us to think then that the same could be happening in other quotes such as Bitcoin or other cryptos. What's the moral of the story? Let's be positive. Not thinking so much about that previous correction in its life, as the bullish attraction of the crypto market is leading and ending with the big institutions that wanted to defend their short position. That doesn't mean, considering that we are talking long-term, that, of course, we find ourselves in highly reactive areas like in Ethereum, in Bitcoin as well. But if we think about the rest of the cryptos, we see what stretch there is, both in Cardano and in Polkadot. Why not in Solana, in BNB? In BNB, I frankly see quite a stretch. Let's see if they want to do it and don't want to play with us only with the excess of the structure. But frankly, I think we can be positive. But as I was saying, we are analyzing in the long term. I've already given you a speech about its meaning. But in a shorter term, we are in areas of caution and not going crazy, at least in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, yes. At first glance in Ethereum, this could seem like a trap. In fact, it could be confirmed in the future, who knows? And if we zoom in a bit and go to the hourly time frame, here we're going to see the breakout of the structure, the validation above, which is still a process of bullish accumulation breaking its resistance, confirming and going upwards. We're seeing how the strength of long positions continues to dominate the market, of course. And of course, this allows us to seek different trading opportunities on smaller time frames pending the development of the daily and long-term chart of the crypto ecosystem. And we can do this on trusted exchanges like Bidget and Binx. And these trading operations, of course, we analyze and search for them daily live on Crypto Insight. So yes, here we're talking about a long-term technical analysis, very long-term that can unfold in days, weeks and months, but the day-to-day, as you saw in the last video I shared with you on YouTube, where I basically posted the recording of the last live session we did on Crypto Insight, where we were looking for a trading operation that lasted only a few minutes. Well, as I'm explaining to you, what we do is search for different opportunities every day. There will be a day that could be an opportunity for long or short positions or both. Every day that varies within a macro map of daily charts that can span days, weeks, months, doing whatever it wants. Here we just present an idea, and based on that idea we search for the best operation. This requires many years of study and practice. But if you're interested in mastering all of this, because right now you don't understand anything of what we're saying, I recommend you let us know in the comments. Give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon. This way you won't miss any Crypto Insight videos, and you'll develop a very advanced understanding that many members of Crypto Insight are developing and improving, which will make you go from understanding practically nothing of what we're talking about to understanding everything. Best of luck, stay motivated, and see you in the next one.